Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Blunt Writer. Today we're going to talk about accepting rejection, which is a part of every writer's life. So if you're watching this video, you probably have been rejected. I think we've all been rejected in life in some capacity or the other. But when you are a writer, then you definitely are being rejected on the regular, or at least fear rejection because it's a big part of big part of writing. So how do you accept it? Do you just, cry about it? Do you go to your publisher and say, well, why didn't you accept my book? Why didn't you accept my story? It's so good. Guys, writing and rejection, here's your writing identity, here's rejection. And this is how you move. This is how you move as a writer with rejection, because writing is a subjective act. When you are a creator, you are putting out your sense of the world to a very diverse, complex animal, which is the world. Which means you will find people resonating with your work in very unexpected ways. And it'll surprise you where your work actually, is, how it's read, what people get what from it. So, if you go into your work thinking, oh, I wrote an awesome story, now I'm going to get this published. That's not how the world works. It's not as binary as that, especially when it comes to creative writing. And one thing I really see, burn out some of the best talent I've seen with, I would say, about the hundreds of students I've worked with so far in the last 10 years, has been fear of rejection. And I've seen people shut down their entire craft, their entire process of writing and their ambition to write just because of rejection, because they couldn't take a rejection. I have over 300 rejection, guys. 300. Over 10 years. And it's not like after I got published that rejection stops. That's the whole point. When you're a writer, you're always getting rejected. I don't care if you have a bestseller. I don't care if you've got sold movie rights for your book. You're still going to get rejection if you continue to be a writer. That's just how it is. So remember, your writing identity, rejection. This is how you move. And, and here's the tough love part. What are you going to do, guys? You get rejected, what are you going to do? Are you going to go to your publisher and tie them up and say, I'm not going to let you go until you publish what I sent to you? Are you going to write to an editor and have a little bitch fest on an email saying, you suck because you didn't take an awesome story, which is mine, and why can't you see talent when it slaps you on the face? Is that what you're going to do? How's that going to play out, guys? And, what else are you going to do? Are you going to feel dejected and depressed and say that my life is not worth living because I cannot seem to write well and nobody wants me? No, guys, you have to be able to understand that, your work has to keep evolving. It's not an excuse just to be lazy and say, oh, I wrote something, done. Nope. You got to edit. You got to read other people. You have to constantly improve your craft. Constantly heighten your awareness of what the publishing industry is doing right now, what literary magazines are listening to who right now. It's a constant process, and you give as much as you want to prioritize on every given day. But if you're going to look at rejection like this big monster that you have to face, believe me, you're signing up for a life of conflict. But if you look at rejection as just a layer that sits on you like skin, and you just accept it as part of the writing process and stop looking at one publication or one win as the highest emotion, because when you look at that as the highest emotion, then believe me, the rejection is going to suck. So you got to find that balance. You got to find that zen to coast you across rejection. And this may sound really harsh, but it is the only thing that I can speak of from personal experience that has helped me continue as a writer in spite of lots of rejection, but also some major successes. And the only reason I got to those successes is because I, at some point, decided that rejection was just a part of being a writer. It's a part of being a writer. If you're not getting rejected, you're not a writer. So, I hope this is helpful. I've kept this under 5 minutes, and I've tried to be as kind as possible. But accept rejection and get on with life. All my love.